Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with MD Gamer 2000 playing around with a train and some explosives and a car. Unfortunately, the gods of GTA 5 shall punish him as he forgets just how much of a turning circle Franklin has. Jumps down just as the train comes past. Yeah, you don't mess about with the trains. The trains will win against you, especially when you have a terrible, terrible turning circle. Manuel with a clutch is reversing and parking his car relatively sensibly, which, let's face it, is a rarity for most people. When it comes to GTA 5, he goes to stand on the vehicle next to him when the AI decides that it really wants the space that his Phoenix is in. Despite all of the spaces possibly around it, it decides that that is the best possible place to park and abandons the car there. Yeah, well done. Well done there, AIs. Wheelman 1313 is racing through the streets of Los Santos when he gets things a tad wrong. Clips a lamppost, the lamppost gets angry, decides his car should go into space, does a great number of tumbles and flips. It does eventually come back to Earth and can carry on. That's a vicious lamppost, though. That is not one that you particularly want to be getting into a fight with. Zed Nausea is racing through a very similar part of Los Santos when he spots a rather weird occurrence going on up ahead as a truck is, well, not really knowing how to truck. The game can't quite decide where to put it. It's stuck in a traffic light and, well, blinking in and out of reality before eventually it comes crashing down. That's not a fun sight to be seeing. Melvin S99 has again spotted another weird occurrence as the car is bouncing and activates hover mode and is happy to sit in hover mode up there. It's just, yeah, it's going to hang around. Normally when cars sort of glitch out like this, they normally disappear very quickly, but that one just, it's sat there and is happy to sit there. It only disappears when he gets off his bike to have a look. That's a peculiar one. Anyway, we move on next to Forza Horizon 2, with some people racing through here. However, the game had some other ideas for this Toyota GT86. He's giving chase to his friend. A Fiat suddenly appears, suddenly phases into reality. That is definitely cheaty tactics from the game there to try and spoil the race. Knight's Viper on Forza 6 has just finished the race, so the driver tasks have now got control of these vehicles as they come up towards Eau Rouge in a very wet Spa race when the car ahead decides to do some showboating. Yep, I don't even know why the car went on its side there. There's like no reason. It just decided it would be on its side there. Elite Oreos is on the crew having a battle with the police. Got 3 cars around him trying to box him in. They get bored though and decide to go for the new tactic of launch everything across the ground at very high speeds. I think I saw about 300 miles an hour at one point. The police car got launched as well, which is quite amusing. There was a serious bounce on that Camaro. That's yeah, not quite what you want when you're being chased. I've got Bam on WRC 5 is coming up towards the finish, trying to eke out a last bit of speed from his Citroen, and, well, manages to roll it across the line. He does finish, and I think goes on to win, despite the roll across the line. I approve of a roll across the line, though. CCX219 on Need for Speed is watching a police car give chase to his friend when said police car gives up with steering, bumps into the wall, and then gets fired backwards. I don't know what happened. Maybe he fell asleep at the wheel. Sorry. Either way, he ended up in the wall. Still Guns on Need for Speed Most Wanted is racing around in his Lamborghini. Runs a little bit wide, clips a curb, gets on 2 wheels. And it's still on 2 wheels and eventually comes back down again. I don't think Most Wanted wanted the cars to roll over, perhaps. He does eventually lose the lead, but it's a long time on 2 wheels for that Lamborghini. Shadowwara is on Mad Max trying to chase down a car in the middle of a storm. Probably not the greatest of times to be out chasing a vehicle down. Things were going okay though. He's pulling bits off the car. However, there is, I think, a lightning strike ahead of him. I'm assuming that's what that was, that manages to spin the car out. I can't say I've ever seen a car spun out because of a lightning strike. I will be honest on that one. Nerdy Nordic on the Racecraft Tech demo has a track with a rather large jump. That's yeah, quite an impressive jump, and the physics gives up and decides the car should do many rolls. That is a humongous jump for the poor car to be worrying about. Idealist, sorry, on Need for Speed Shift 2. Racing is radical when the GT cars up ahead don't like a cone. I think it hits the cone, and the cone suddenly becomes incredibly solid, and the poor Maserati goes for a big spin. That is not the particular sight that you want to be seeing when you're running relatively closely to the cars ahead. Yeah, it runs a tad wide, hits, maybe it's the edge of the curb, something, and just the Maserati stops. JD Duckers on Watch Dogs was messing about with an AI car. The AI car managed to free himself while the cement mixer is trying to give chase. Cement mixer not the best thing to giving chase in tight confines. The game then decides to punish said cement mixer by launching it up into the air. That's a big launch for the truck. It very nearly, I was really hoping it was going to come to rest on the back of it. It doesn't quite, it does then tumble over. That was a very, very big fire. Black and Red 81 is messing around on Project Cars with a little bit of demo derby when the game has decided it's had enough of that, and that said stock car should go to space at 313 miles an hour with many, many rolls. Yeah, that was a big, big catapult from the collision. The thing is, the game isn't quite done with it just yet. As the car continues to go, he resets the vehicle, the weather's cleared up a little bit, and as we leave the pit lane, we're going to get launched into space yet again. And again, it's still at that same 313 miles an hour. So, where he resets, goes to have another go. His friend comes to witness it, and yep, immediately, as soon as it goes to player control, the car is launched, spiraling into the air. And the next time, nope, still not working. That time was a little bit different. You kind of just about see it brush against the pit wall. This time he follows his friend out. Friend gets out of the pit fine. His car does not. Once more, it gets launched up into space. The game is just determined to make sort of stock car into a rocket. Eventually, the car, this time it still glitches towards the wall, but it does finally get out cleanly. No idea what caused that to be so upset, but there we go. Anyway, that is it for this episode. If you have clips that you'd like to submit to this series, then you can via our forums. There will be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section. And in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit the clips. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.